Hi, everybody. We're going to talk about the Trash to Treasure Recycled Art Design Project, the science portion. So, the big idea is that we're looking at the materials that we use and we want to think about where those materials came from. Are they renewable, non renewable? Are they natural materials, synthetic? How this incorporates into the carbon cycle, environmental impacts. The big idea is that you're going to take your recycled art project from Miss Conte's class, and then you're going to research the materials and where they came from and include more information about those types of items. So whatever you end up producing, you're going to take a photo of your final art project or sketch, and you can turn it into Google Draw, or you could do do something by hand. But we're going to take 10 pieces of information about those materials and include that as our research. So as we look further down this outline here, some of the things that you're going to focus on for your research are: where did the materials in the trash come from? Did it involve fossil fuels? Is it natural or synthetic? We also want to think about what would normally happen to the materials if it was not made into art. So does it end up in the landfill? What is the fate of this material? And then also we want to think about some of those environmental impacts that happen along the way. Your engineer and design solutions aspect is really what you create, but the part that's probably going to take you a little bit more time is really that material research. So I'm going to give you some examples of how you can incorporate that into your project. So I'm going to show you some examples of ones that I've made so far. Wow, look at that awesome project. So I put a title to mine: Fragile Earth, Handle with Care. And so here is a picture of Miss Elsmore and an amazing trash outfit for Trash and Show Fashion Show project. And keep in mind, you can always, make your title needs to be something that makes sense at the top here, usually including your name. And I inserted a photo of my art, and I wanted to show you how you can include some information. So here what I did is I put a shape. I put this blue shape with a little line on it. I'll make one right now. So if you go to Insert, Shape, and if you go down to these little call outs, the ones at the bottom that look like you're talking, those are kind of cool because when you draw these, it gives you a little pointer here that's yellow, and you can point it out whatever you're looking at. So for example, right here, I have this lovely flower, and it is made of paper. So paper is made from trees, which are a renewable resource. Of course, you would include more information, but this gives you a general idea. And you can move the box around a whole bunch, and this is just one way to kind of make a pointer shape that you can also type into. I also have an example on the side here where it shows you my sources. We do want to cite our sources, where your information is coming from. So I followed the MLA citing resources that Ms. Hoyt used. She gave some instructions and notes in the past few weeks about how to do that. So I included the author of the website's last name, first name, the title of the article, the website in italics, the URL, and the date I accessed it. And I made that really small because that's not the main theme, but it's just to show that we understand where the information is coming from. In this case, I'm talking about this packaging shirt that I'm wearing and the plastic number 4. I also included that number 4 symbol in here for extra information. So you can use Google Draw like this example. You'll want to end up making a total of 10 pieces of information, so 10 of these boxes. So that might be kind of a lot. So another option would be to use Google Slides. So I made one that's really similar on Google Slides. And this is kind of nice because it gives you more space. So on here, of course, you'd want a title that is descriptive. And then I have my title slide. It just shows a picture, of course, my name. And this is fashion art from packing materials. That's the theme. So let's do this example. So this is the similar thing that I did. I just zoomed in on just my shirt part here, and it's the same information I gave on the Google Draw, but here it's bigger. You can see it better. I could probably write more. I could also include more information. I did the same text, that little call out box insert here. And of course I could adjust it, that little yellow thing there. I could make this line go wherever, point to different things. And I'm still using my MLA citation like Ms. Hoyt taught us how to do. And you know that you can always do that paint bucket. You can always fill that to be a different color. So if I was pointing to maybe my skirt and it's green, I might make my box green so that they kind of match, and it's easier to follow in terms of the information. I could also include another text box on the same page if I wanted to. Here's another way you could do it too. I made a flower barrette, and a belt out of a padded envelope. Here I included a kind of a zoom in shot of the actual material. Another option for my text box is I could go up here to insert and text box, and I can draw a text box. I already wrote some information. I'm going to just copy and paste in there because I did that ahead of time. Oh. And of course I'd have to adjust my text box. That's kind of a lot of writing. And you can adjust, how big your font is. I did include my sources at the bottom. All right. So what I might want to do here is I could just include my information, but I might want to make the edge of my text box show up a little bit better. And I could also insert some arrows or lines. So if you go up to here where it says line, I could insert an arrow. And in this case, I want an arrow to point to my lovely flower. And notice how you're given some options here. You can change the shape of your line. You can make your line thicker. So I want to make a nice big line. I can also draw another line, or I could copy and paste that one too. So notice how this is a way to highlight the object that you're thinking about. And then I also could make a line that goes to my skirt here, but it's all attached to the same information. Okay, and I have a heading on my slide that says what I'm talking about. And inside my text here, this is based on my resource, and it describes the material and what would happen to it if it was put in a landfill. So that's just another way that you could include your information and highlight that particular part of your art. And of course, your final project would need to be turned in to Ms. Conte, which is probably just a picture. But remember, in science, we're including information about where those materials came from specifically. So these are just a couple of ideas to help you get started. So let me know if you have any questions.